This Digitalis arc just got so much more interesting to me because we got the return of Zyomel, a character that I forgot was even in this story because we haven't seen her for like 20 plus chapters, but nonetheless, she appears and says that this story is about to get super sadistic. And that got my mind racing, thinking about what could possibly happen that would warrant the narrator of the story to give us a warning and an apology for how sadistic this storyline is going to get. I am so intrigued, but before I get into any theories about what could possibly go down, I do want to take a second to talk about everybody's CACs, right? So we already knew about Rebecca's and Happy's, and I thought the person that showed up in the previous chapter, the one on the weird mount, was Shiki, but it turns out that that's Hamura. Hamura made a male character, and Weiss made a female character. But the award to the greatest CAC has to go to Shiki, bro. When this chapter finally shows off Shiki's CAC, I was dying with laughter. He is ripped as all get out. And Shiki was like, oh, I just try to model myself after what I look like in the real world, except I added a few more pounds of muscle. But unfortunately, the gang convinces Shiki to change his CAC, which I was completely against because the comedic potential of a super ripped Shiki is off the chain. Like, you could have him not be able to fit into houses and he's just sleeping outside. Like, it would have been so funny. If you're going with a darker tone, though, you kinda do have to change it because people won't be able to take serious moments seriously if we have a gigantic Shiki in the background. So yeah, for the sake of the story, it was good that he changed it. But speaking of a darker tone, I am now going to switch into my theories of how this story could get darker, and the first theory pertains to Shiki's new CAC. So when Shiki changes his custom created character, he gives it the hairstyle that he had when he was on Grand Bell. And then Shiki remembers his robot family and he says, I hope that they're all doing well, and then he starts to cry a little bit. And what I'm thinking is maybe an NPC on Digitalis can show Shiki the state of Grand Bell, like with all of his dead family members just laying there, and Shiki just absolutely loses his mind and he starts destroying everything around him in this digital world. Like, you want to talk about a dark and sadistic story, bro. That's pretty dark and sadistic right there. But that doesn't matter anymore because we're moving on to the final theory of the video, and that pertains to the character that showed up at the end of this chapter, who looks really creepy. And what I'm thinking is that this dude is going to be the Jack Ripper of the story, because from the title of the next chapter, we already know that he's a murderer. So he's probably the reason why this story is going to get so sadistic. But another interesting thing with this character is that apparently the rules of the server don't apply to him. He can kill any NPC and any player without getting banned. So yeah, I'm interested to see what he can do. I'm interested to see what his goal is and why he's doing all of this. But anyways, that's really all I have to say about this chapter. So if you all enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody. I gotta go play more Jump Force.